రుణాల రీస్ట్రక్చరింగ్ లేదా అదనపు రుణాలకు అవకాశం ఇవ్వాలని తెలంగాణ ప్రభుత్వం కోరినట్లు 16వ ఆర్థిక సంఘం చైర్మన్ అరవింద్ పనగఢ తెలిపారు. మంచి పనితీరు కనబరిచిన రాష్ట్రాలకు నష్టం జరుగుతోందని తమ దృష్టికి తెచ్చారని చెప్పారు.
Has been generally neglected, but it was very refreshingly. I think Telangana is thinking very far ahead in those terms. This is not an area for the Finance Commission necessarily, except as it relates to the urban local bodies. But nevertheless, I'm also an economist, so I was quite pleased to see the roadmap that they laid out on that front. Then there was, obviously, they put to the Commission on what division of resources ought to be between the centre and the states, and what ought to be the criteria for the division of the states' share among different states. And in particular, as you would expect now, as I said, we have visited, this is our 6th state, and 2 of these have been in the southern part of the country, and the other 4 were in the northern or eastern part. And naturally, there are differences. And here, there was a lot of emphasis on saying that, look, take into account the contribution of each state to the GDP of India. So, therefore, give an important place to the GSDP of the state in deciding upon the horizontal division of the funds among the 28 states. So that was different for both. I think there's a very similar to what we also heard in Karnataka. And at this stage, for the Commission, it's still early in the game, so we really don't know where we are going to come out eventually. We still have 22 more states to visit, but that was the pitch of Telangana state. So with that, I think we can take a few questions.
Sir, there is a strong position of funds are being injustified to the state, despite the state moving forward.
I don't follow the question.
The state is charged, the Chief Minister is charged that we are being injustified in devolution of funds, despite we contributing per capita highly. Secondly, the charges that the centre has promised 41% of tax.
No. Okay. First of all, second question first, then I come to your first one. The Finance Commission, 15th one, devolved 41% of the divisible pool to the states. That 41% is being devolved. That 41% is being devolved of the divisible pool. Now the discrepancy comes when whatever numbers get quoted, 31, 32, 33, that is being calculated as a proportion not of the divisible pool, but of the gross tax revenues of the centre. Gross tax revenues of the centre actually also include cesses and surcharges, which are not a part of the divisible pool. So, and gross tax revenue also includes the union territories' taxes. So, you need to make that distinction. So, on the 41% of the divisible pool, the government of India is statutorily obligated to devolve, and the CAG watches over the central government's actions. So. There are 2 separate things you have to look at. So this on the cess and surcharges, this state did raise the issue that cess and surcharges ought to be somehow also be part of the divisible pool. But of course, that is not permitted by the Constitution. Constitution itself actually gives the central government the power that whenever it levies cesses and surcharges, 100% of it goes to the central government. Your second question on the that is where I said that the state mentioned that GSDP ought to be so underlying the GSDP is the per capita GSDP also.
If I may just supplement, Mr. Jha very well versed with the issue. So the question that overall we have been given to understand that the centre there's a very economic buoyancy. So will there be any narrative you visited, if at all? And here I would like you to answer as an economist more. And my second question would be cess related, as she has asked, that you of course said that the binding, but would you as a commission can suggest any mechanism to look into it or work into it, how the cess can be distributed?
Relate to